What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So, guys, I have got wind that Tariq Nasheed is having somewhat of an issue with Dane Calloway. Now, I saw this a little bit on American Indians Truth's YouTube channel. And from what is going on, it seems like there's been some issue between the both of them on Twitter. Okay. And I think that basically this stems from somebody doing a Bill Cosby documentary. And so one of Tariq Nasheed's fans was saying, listen, you know, he was been talking about doing this, and Tariq does make, from what I understand, pretty good documentaries. He has a Hidden Color series. But Dane Calloway accuses Tariq Nasheed of stealing his content. All right. And he's saying that, you know, Tariq Nasheed is, you know, using Dane Calloway's, that's what Dane Calloway is saying. He's using his content, his research, to scam the black community and making people think that they're legit. And, you know, and so Tariq Nasheed fires back and he says, why would he need to steal something from somebody who says that Harriet Tubman never existed? And the reason why he's making that claim is because Dane Calloway says that slavery never existed. All right. And that's kind of where that retort comes from. So then Tariq Nasheed, he ends up, you know, talking about some other things. And, you know, like Dane Calloway actually said that Tariq is, scared to debate him. He's been running from him and something like that. And Tariq Nasheed, you know, he responded like, why would he run from this guy? But there was a back and forth that happened between the both of them. And so much so that Tariq Nasheed decided to make somewhat of a puppet show after Dane Calloway. Calls it like the plebiscite or something. We'll play a little bit of a clip of it here, in which he's kind of poking fun at how he talks, making fun of his documentaries, making fun of his style of doing videos. It is quite funny. I will admit. So what I'll do now is play just a little bit of that, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
I'm an author and a professional plebiscite babbling troll. My dream is to become a legitimate documentary filmmaker, but I can't seem to garner the respect that people like Tariq Nasheed has and put out reputable material. So basically, I steal a bunch of material from Hidden Colors, I remix it with utter nonsense in order to sell my poorly written books that's full of plebiscite babble. Period. Some say I do this because I'm an ugly, light-skinned, troglodyte-looking dude with an inferiority complex. But I say no, that's not true. They say I'm reduced to making asinine clickbait titles in order to trick people into watching my YouTube videos while I babble for 2 hours while racking up YouTube revenue, never explaining anything or getting to the point. I disagree with that too, period. Also, I like to play overly dramatic background music to make my pointless babbling seem more deep. Period. Some people even say I read random, out-of-context documents and claim that they're credible sources and proof, and that's just not true at all. I can back everything up with claims and facts, period. I can prove this in the new book that I've written called Frederick Douglass Was an Extraterrestrial, period. I'm going to now explain some facts about my new book. Now, in order to understand this, we must first turn to the book called Mary Had a Little Lamb. Now, Mary Had a Little Lamb, according to documents, was Frederick Douglass's favorite nursery rhyme, period.
So, guys, you heard what Tariq Nasheed had to say there. Now, let me just say this. I'm actually kind of shocked that they would even have these paths, because I would expect Tariq Nasheed to have more problems with the Pan-African community. Like, you know, because Tariq Nasheed has been pushing this kind of FBA thing foundation of Black Americans, and we've been getting disrespected from a lot of people from Africa. And I do understand that could happen. And I understand it goes both ways. But, Tariq Nasheed, he's more or less on talking about, the things that FBA is being, harassed on, and other communities in the Black community don't stand up for the things that we've done for in this country. And Dane Calloway is like kind of a Native American kind of guy. He's saying that Blacks really don't have such a unique relationship to Africa as we think. These people are indigenous. We are indigenous to America, and we're really like Native Americans. So that slavery is just kind of a hoax, and we were already here already. So these kind of thoughts are not the same with the two of them, but they're more similar than, let's say, Tariq Nasheed getting into it with somebody from like Ethiopia or Nigeria. So they're more common in thought in comparison to the first thing. Here's my thoughts. This is not uncommon between guys in the Pan-African space. Guys who have a bigger following. Somebody's going to always say that this person stole this person's talking points. I've heard Dr. Umar Johnson say that about Tariq Nasheed before. I've heard somebody say it about Kevin Samuels before. So typically what happens is that, a guy gets, really big. A guy can move the crowd a little bit, and then somebody else comes out and says, look, you stole my points or whatever. I'm not sure who stole what. But I would think that with both of these guys, with the platforms that they have, they don't even need to come into contact with each other like that. It's not necessary. Dane Calloway is doing extremely well. I don't agree with almost anything that he talks about. But, he's just on there doing what he's doing. He gets a lot of support. Tariq Nasheed, well, we see what he's been able to do. He raised over $1 million for the the Hidden History Museum, and I just don't understand what's the point. You know what I mean? I think with Dane Calloway, looks like he's the one that took the first initiative on this to try to say the call Tariq Nasheed out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you do see this kind of stuff from dudes who are on this space, and the thing about it is this: there's so much opportunity in the social media shit. It don't even make sense for somebody to really kind of say I want to debate you or something like that, or especially when you're somebody. I can see somebody who was smaller than him, but Dane Calloway actually has a bigger YouTube following than Tariq Nasheed, but he wants to debate with Tariq Nasheed, which would indicate that Tariq Nasheed is actually the bigger person, because even when Tariq was going back and forth with Tommy Sotomayor, Tommy had more subscribers than Tariq, but it was clear that Tariq had the stronger following, and Tariq is more known. So I don't know if it's that play, but the reality is it's enough opportunity for everybody. Tariq and Dane Calloway and even the Pan-Africans can exist on this platform. It's more than enough support and more than enough people that will help you. I think that getting to the point of what we're talking about is the most important thing. But it is interesting. I will be following up on it, guys. But who do you think is going to win out of this two? Is it going to be Tariq? Is it going to be Dane? Let me know, guys. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.